Good afternoon, I'm Denise Tan, and this is One News Now. Authorities are monitoring several areas for flooding as more rains could come today for Metro Manila and neighboring provinces. On top of this, heavy traffic is also expected since it's payday Friday for many. In Maisilo, Mandaluyong, vehicles got stuck on the road because of flooding, which began at around 4 in the afternoon on Thursday. At Reliance EDSA, employees braved severe traffic on their way home. Many cars got trapped and couldn't move due to inundated roads. Even EDSA Orense didn't escape the flooding, causing traffic to slow down. In Parañaque, residents had to endure waist-deep floodwater while motorists also had a hard time navigating their routes. In Rizal, the town of Rodriguez likewise experienced severe flooding. One clogged drainage system triggered intense water flow, causing some jeepneys and other vehicles to be stranded. Even in Tagaytay, it was not spared from the flood. Going home was a challenge for students and parents in one inundated school. Again, it's best to prepare if you're heading out later this afternoon. Pag-asa is forecasting more downpours with a low-pressure area hovering outside of Philippine territory. The LPA is expected to enter PAR within the next 24 to 48 hours and may develop into a tropical cyclone. For now, its trough is bringing scattered rains over eastern and central Visayas. Meanwhile, the southwest monsoon or Habagat could bring scattered rains over Palawan, Zamboanga Peninsula, and the rest of Visayas. Metro Manila and the rest of the country may also expect isolated rains due to localized thunderstorm. One infectious disease expert suggests the monitoring of Nipah virus that has so far killed 2 people in India. Dr. Rotjen Salante highlighted the importance of determining possible carriers of the virus in order to effectively contain it. While the infection has not reached the Philippines yet, Solante said educating Filipinos about Nipah as early as now is important.
I cannot totally rule out the possibility that one day, but not necessarily this. I hope it's not this year. That there can be an infection like this. This is an infection that most commonly affect the brain. We call it encephalitis. That's why the fatality rate is really high. It's a matter of informing and educating people to really wash their hands, not handle fruit bats, or not even eat this type of animal. Very easy to contain as long as we know we need to document first if there is someone here in the Philippines carrying it.
Moving on, a so-called small committee in the House of Representatives is now working on the reallocation of confidential and intelligence funds, or CIFs. On Wednesday, the lower house passed the 2024 General Appropriations Bill amounting to 5.768 trillion pesos. However, that budget does not include realigned CIFs yet. This is where the special panel of lawmakers come in. Elizalde Co and Stella Kimbo of the House Appropriations Committee, Rules Chair Manix Dalipe, and Minority Leader Marcelino Libanan. They will ensure that CIFs will go to government agencies that defend national security and the West Philippine Sea. The lower house has until today to propose amendments to the 2024 budget before it is submitted to the Senate. In December, the whole Congress will convene to reconcile their versions of the budget. Until then, Filipinos will know if the promise to reallocate CIFs is delivered, including the combined 650 million peso confidential funds requested by the Office of the Vice President and DepEd.
Hindi pa ho natin napapag-usapan saan ahensya yung pagkukunan, saan ahensya ang paglalagyan, magkanong amount na ilalagay dito. So, this will be thoroughly discussed during the hearings at the Senate and during the bicameral conference meeting.
Time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. are still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Here are some stories making the headlines at this hour. A fire raged for about 20 hours in a warehouse in Barangay Bagbagin in Valenzuela City. The warehouse has a firewall which prevented the blaze from reaching nearby residential areas. Authorities said the warehouse contained flammable materials and chemicals. The fire began yesterday past noon and was only contained after 10 this morning. Its cause is still being determined, while more than 200 families have already been evacuated. Some 258,000 Maynilad customers have begun experiencing water service interruption. This is due to maintenance and repair activities being done by the concessionaire for its Putatan water plant. The water interruption is between 7 and 21 hours and could last until Sunday. Affected households include those in Parañaque, Muntinlupa, Pasay, Las Piñas, and parts of Cavite. The SETEX Pasig Potrero Bridge has been reopened to all vehicles today at 6 in the morning. The bridge underwent rehabilitation to make travel there more convenient. The portion of SETEX was closed back in July for an emergency safety inspection. It was partially reopened on August 7 for Class 1 vehicles. Sad news from the entertainment world. Michael Gambon, who played Dumbledore in the Harry Potter franchise, has died at the age of 82. Reports that cited a family statement said Gambon died peacefully in the hospital. The actor had several notable film roles, but his best-known one was as Dumbledore. He took over the role from the late Richard Harris back in 2004. Gambon was a winner of 4 BAFTAs, 3 Olivier Awards, and 2 Ensemble Cast Screen Actors Guild Awards. Back here at home, ABS-CBN is now exploring all remedies after the MTRCB denied its motion for reconsideration. The MR is for the suspension of noontime program, It's Showtime. ABS-CBN noted that the suspension is not yet final and executory. With this, It's Showtime will continue to air on television and online. MTRCB affirmed its decision to suspend the show for 12 days over supposed indecent acts during one of its segments on July 25. On a lighter note, Disney on Ice returns to Manila just in time for the holiday season. The Ice Skating Concerts 2023 edition will take Filipinos on a magical journey through several Disney tales such as Frozen, Moana, and Coco. Of course, famous Disney princesses will also be present on the skating rink, including Belle, Cinderella, and Ariel. Manila Disney on Ice will have 26 shows that will run from December 22 until January 7, 2024 at the Mall of Asia Arena.
So you're going to see a lot of aerial stunts. You're going to see a lot of larger video components as part of the show. But really, it's going to have a journey through your favorite Disney stories.
We would want to make it as affordable as possible, so prices start at $300. Depending on the show, from December 22nd until January 7th, you'll be able to have time to be able to catch it with the entire family.
The reason why we really partner with Disney is because we share the same values about family. So for PLDT Home subscribers, we're actually giving free tickets coming very, very soon.
One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.